Hi everyone, freezing cold Wednesday morning. We're in Maidstone at a flat. They got some serious roof leaks, so asked me to come and have a look, see if I can fix it. Let's go and check out what damage they got. The first leak's coming in this corner and it's stained all the wallpaper and the ceiling. As you can see, it's bubbled up, so that's one. So that's the back right corner. Apparently the bathroom's really bad. Let's have a look. In the bath. Hello? What are you doing here?
Alright, yeah, come on, look at the leak.
As well, I have and all. Oh, right. Gonna have to double team this one. Paul's with me today. This is the worst bit of the leak. There's a pipe above and you can see there it's going pretty mouldy and it's blown all this timber. So we're going to take this panel off, pour some water down the pipe and see if the pipe's leaking. If it's not, then it's a good situation because it'll just be the roof. And now I'm in the front bedroom and this actually looks the worst. You can see all of that damage. It's coming in down the wall. It's coming in behind the curtains, nicely furnished, and it's just destroying everything. And it's coming in above the wardrobe, down that wall, well, the whole ceiling really, you can see there. And it's a bit worrying because it's coming out the light switch as well, which is a bit shocking. Literally could be shocking. So that's soil pipe, that's just a vent pipe, there's no water coming down that, but the roof above is shot. It's completely rotted away, which is not a major concern. It's whether there's a pipe behind that where all the water off the roof runs down, and if that is leaking, that's a massive job.
Yep, I can fill another pipe. Obviously two.
Right, gonna have to rip that front panel off so we can test
Christmas.
it. That is soaked. So this is what the insulation's supposed to look like. And this is what we're dealing with. This is actually wet. You can't really see that, but so we're going to rip all that out and change it anyway. This is the back of the ply that was on the wall. You know, definitely needs sorting because you can't have that in your bathroom. So this pipe's the outlet pipe that takes all the water off the roof. This one is a soil vent pipe which vents the toilet and the sewer, like the gases. So there's no water running down this. But above here you can see someone's screwed some kind of board before, and that's all now rotten again. So we're more thinking it's leaking from there and coming down here. But we're going to water test this anyway. It's a bit, this insulation around it is actually quite dry. So bit of luck, we should be alright, but you never know. Bit of a frosty morning. Sun's coming up, so it should melt all this away. And here is the cause of that problem. That's the big pipe on the right, the outlet. This one's the soil pipe. I mean, you can see there that that puddle, the deck is completely gone. So we're hoping that it's just this. We can deck it and refelt it. And the bad leak from the bedroom. Well, you've got moss growing out of cracks. Massive crack there. And this just looks a bit bodged up over the years. So we're probably going to overlay a massive area here with felt. Take it on top of the wall, all the way along this whole square, and just seal the whole lot off. That'll sort the bedroom problem. And then the one in the living room, if you remember, over here, you can put your finger in there. It's completely shot. Look, don't know what that is, some kind of webbing someone's tried to put on there. And obviously the coping stones have got massive gaps. I mean, that one you can look straight down into the wall. So again, we're going to overlay this whole area. Right. Going to get a bucket of water, pour it down the outlet on the roof. And if Paul gets wet, we know the pipe's leaking. Ready? So yeah, Paul's inside. I mean, that's enough water. If it's leaking, that'll definitely come through. Anything coming through? We got the all clear for the pipe work, not for any medical issues. You can see there is where the leak is. It's getting right underneath. I know we've got a puddle, but that's obviously wet. And there's insects living in it. So we're going to cut this away. New ply deck. We're going to go on top of the existing. And then new felt, seal it all up, and that will solve the leak. And also around here, there seems to be a lot of splits and holes and stuff. This is the decking. Looks like shredded wheat. Yeah. While Paul's pulling the roof apart, I'm going to go over to this really bad area, which is the bedroom, if you remember. And I'm going to start overlaying all this area over the wall and everything to seal it all back in. We've got a special overlay felt, which is 2 or 3 times more expensive than a normal felt. You can lay it straight onto timber, concrete, asphalt, anything like that, so it doesn't need an underlay. So yeah, I'm going to dry all this off, because obviously you can't torch onto frost. But burn all that off and then start laying the felt. Hopefully give her a nice dry bedroom again. Right, time to fire up this bad boy. It's what we want on a nice frosty day. Right, we're just going to defrost this. So we're overlaying the flat areas. Then I'm going to bring it over the wall and onto here to completely seal this whole area. The flat is part of a lease for the shop below. The landlord doesn't want to spend any money, that owns the shop typically. So that's why we're just doing repairs, overlays. Ideally you want to hack all this up and have a new roof, but you're talking 20 grand plus, 20,000. So yeah, we're just doing repairs. That's what they're asking for. So we're just going to come up the wall a bit like that one. As I said before, tapping over, so roughly about there. Always use like a hook blade, if you can see that. Just drag it straight through. If you have a straight blade, it don't cut felt. Well, it does, but it's a lot harder. So, I don't know if I said this before, but you can't just get the roll it straight, because inevitably it's going to go offline. So what you do is you roll it out, so you're running along the joint line, both ways, then you know it's going straight. And then what you do is you roll it back up, but not all the way, maybe a half, 2/3, 3/4, whatever you're comfortable with. So the bit that's left behind keeps it running straight, so that doesn't move. So if you rolled this all the way back up, it could go and you'd be running all over the place. So yeah, just roll it back to where you're comfortable. Do half one way, turn around, do the half the other way, or 2/3, like I said, whatever you feel. So I'm going somewhere like that. So we've built up with ply on top, because this is an asphalt roof covered by about 3 layers of felt. Yeah, we're going to felt that so that it can then drain into that channel that you can see. And that's as good as it gets, I'm afraid. Right, I've made a little felt collar. I'm going to double everything up just to make sure. That's the invisible man. I'm going to tell him I can't see him. Right, pulls that to shoot off, so it's just me and you. Then if you remember when we first got here, this whole thing had fallen away and I think the water was running under. So we've got that felt right up underneath that metal drip. We must be beaten. getting late in the day. I'll get a couple of these on. We're going to cap the wall with felt like that. There's loads of gaps in these stones and it's just running in everywhere. Right, sun's starting to set. That'll do for today. We'll be back in the morning, bright and early. Day 2, and we're back. Right, going to carry on with this capping. Massive splits there, it's leaking all everywhere, so fire them up. Yesterday, bright sunshine, freezing cold. Today, warm and rain. That's England for you. This is all weathered. I'm just putting a little paneling over the cut just to make it look a bit neat. So that area is all sorted. I'm going to come capping along this wall, but I want to get this section done first. There's quite a bad leak in that corner, if you remember. So we're going same again. I'm going to try and join into that end one if we've got enough felt. As I said before, it's got massive gaps in the coping stones. I mean, you could spend 2 days pointing them all up, but it's just as effective and quicker to cap it over with felt, and it's like a permanent solution. So every single gap on these copings, I mean that one's not shot, but like all the rest of them are just letting water into the building. This is our off cut that was left over. Look at that, perfect fit. Sometimes things do go good. Sometimes the heat gets right in the glove and then you feel like you're on fire. Got to be so careful. Oh, it's nice and warm now though. Right, last little strip. This felt slightly different colour because it's a different brand. Yeah, ran out of felt, so I had to get what I had in the van. Same thing, but just from a different company. Right. In a minute. We are done. So, if I show you around, we've come all the way around, put a patch on the floor there. That was leaking by the TV, if you remember, right at the beginning. All the way along here. Then in the back main bedroom, where the whole ceiling was shocking, we've basically done the whole area, all over the walls as well, all the way up to the next brick wall. So the whole of that area is completely covered. And the main problem, obviously I've got to clear the rubbish away, the main problem was coming down through the toilet, so we have felted everywhere. There's no more ponding around that pipe. Spoke to the lady inside. It's completely dry now, so, and it's been raining all night, so yeah, hopefully we've resolved it. Right, that's it from me this week. If you like the video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.